Wait, that wasn't her ultimate. What is going on? No, I don't know. I don't know what just happened. Waves has finally released, and it looks gorgeous. But out of all the gorgeous characters they animated for this game, I have to wonder, does Kudo Games play favorites? Well, luckily, I'm a professional animator, and Kudo Games reached out to me to make this video. So, we're gonna watch all of Wuwa's character animations to see if we can figure out exactly which character has the best animation in the game. How are you gonna start with that, dude? I really like his pull animation. It feels so over the top. Now, this may end up being normal for Wuthering Waves, but so far, first impressions, this guy's pull animation is sick. I love it. So let's see what else he's got. Dude, this slice on the ground, I just love for its creativity. It's interesting because this only works in like a video game. This has literally no use case in real life. Like, you're just dulling your blade at that point. But for a video game, it works really well. It's extra movement that also seems to, I don't know, maybe open up some magic energy on the ground. It gives a lot of character to the game already, and I'm kind of hooked. Really creative stuff from the team here. I love this camera angle. This is sick. Now, I know that the ultimates in Wuthering Waves are really, really fast paced, so there's not a whole lot of frames to actually do the ultimates. So with that in mind, I think this frame does a lot of justice with like its dynamic angle. I like this a lot. This is great. Overall, this guy's pretty solid. I want to give you like a solid B. You're not quite an A because you're not blowing me away, but you're very, very solid. What? Her pull animation is all right. You know, it's cute, it's sexy, it's got the little puppet thing. I kind of wish the weight on this was just a little bit more, you know, whatever, but it works, and it's a great personality thing. Oh, dude, the amount of movement in these it's just crazy. They go so much into it. What the? Bro! Oh my god! Are you serious? She's kicking the puppet, dude. I don't know what's in store for me in the future, but that was fucking crazy, dude. The combat animation is unreal, dude. This is such a cool kick. Look at this. She uses a string, basically hooks the puppet onto her foot, throws it out with her foot. That's so creative, dude. And then whatever the hell this shit, that's awesome. That's not even her ultimate. Like, what? And then her ultimate comes, and I'm just like, I'm sad. Hang on. Yin Lin is... It's a dragon dancer guy. I've seen him around before. Dude, that's a really good pose. Technically, there's nothing supporting the other side of the... It's just floating now. But that's fine. It's a really cute pose. It works really well. Feels like an illustration. That's the coolest thing about these last frames, is that it just feels like a splash art, which is like amazing that they pulled that off. Oh, he's a melee? Oh, dude, this is so cool. Fighting with the lion dance thing on him, I did not expect that. This ultimate feels so dynamic. This is already just a great moment, because the moment you see a face like staring directly at you, it's gonna be an impactful frame no matter what. And then they do it again with like a big one. And then this is such a great angle. Like, this is so dynamic, right? Really pushing that focal length and pushing that like line of action here, where it's just like coming straight at the camera. That's gonna feel good no matter what. So it's feeling fantastic already. And then I actually really like this choice to just like leave the lion here and then leave the stick here. And this sort of looks like a grave marker almost. I like this guy a lot. Honestly, I'd put him in an A. I don't think he's quite S. He's a really, really solid character, but he's a little bit higher than Sephiroth over here.
Hey, Woolies, make some room.
Encore? That one was okay. It doesn't feel like she's actually moving upward or bouncing all that much. So what I mean by that basically is like right here, when she goes up, notice how as she's going up and reaching the apex of her jump here, the camera also kind of reaches the apex of its movement at the same time. Imagine how much better it would be if she actually jumped up faster than the camera. So if she was like up here at the very least, and then she was already like ahead of the camera in terms of like jumping up. Now suddenly she feels a lot more energetic. Oh yeah, exactly like that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Isaac. So if she would have move up a little bit ahead of time and then catch up as you go down, and then you put the character just slightly below camera, just slightly, right? That would give her just a bit more of like aliveness, if that makes sense. And it would make the camera feel a bit more human too. Yeah. What the? Oh, that's cute. What's cool about this is like it's actually such a great testament to the model quality too. Clearly defined these eyebrows are. I do think that makes a big difference. That's going to give her such a strong expression. This is super cute. Notice how the hands are not symmetrical. What a great touch. You know that the animator put some character behind this because the hands are not symmetrical. When the hands are symmetrical, it becomes a little bit less effort. You know what I mean? You're just copy and pasting frames. Now, this is different than 2D, which is interesting, right? Because 2D animation, making the hands perfectly symmetrical is actually pretty hard. But for 3D, making it symmetrical is really easy. So you want to make sure that you're not doing that usually as an animator. And these guys did it. They actually made the hands like really unique and have their own specific poses. And not to mention the mouth as well. This right here is really hard to achieve, which is like the merging of the lines into a shadow. That's something that's really hard to do in 3D. They did a great job with it, actually. I really, really like that, along with the lighting here from below. Man, it just feels so 2D, this shot, and I'm really impressed. Encore, you are a very solid A. Honestly, just because the ultimate puts her in an A. Everything else is more of a B. I'd put her in low A. 4-star? Okay, cool, yeah. 4-star animation, fair enough. It's not bad. It's not great either. It's just a pose. Yo, that sheath animation. Yo, what? This is a 4-star, bro. This is such a creative move right here. When she throws a sword, she does the thing where she throws all the momentum and her force into this outwards movement and then flicks her hand. If you have a floating sword, you can do anything you want with it. Of course, you're gonna spin it in the air. I also want to talk about this second move here, which is really interesting. And I need to go through frame by frame because I think it's deceptively simple. She does a twirl, and then not only that, but she goes behind her back to instruct the sword to stab from behind her back. What a cool move. Impact frames. What? I feel like Sanhua is, from a creative standpoint, a low S, and it feels weird because like if I just looked at her ultimate and I just looked at her pull animation, I would put her in like a solid C or a B, but her combat animation puts her at an S. Okay, he catches the spear, but the effects are a little bit too bright to actually see the catch, so I kind of miss it. That's a really cool creative decision to catch it behind him. I can't see that, right? But right here, this is a great pose, and then he does that. Now, the only thing I would say for this is, if you guys notice, there's one small hiccup here, which is that the momentum of the spear is moving great. It's doing really well until suddenly, for a few frames, it stops spinning. Now, I do believe it's rolling along his upper arm, which is really, really cool, but it can't stop spinning clockwise, right? Because that momentum is still supposed to be there, especially with only one contact point, right? It should still be spinning a little bit this way. I would recommend actually delaying this spin. Remember that the spear is like pretty heavy, and then like just have that go a little bit further here. It's actually still like around here when it starts spinning over the shoulder. And you'll see this in like real Kung Fu stuff because of the weight of the staff. It's actually way dragged behind than you think because the weight itself with the momentum that it carries as you start spinning it balances it for you. Otherwise, it's all right. Whoa! A sword and a spear? Bro. Jesus. Jesus, the kick, the spin. Oh, the air combo. Wait, what was that? Did you just bend the spear? Oh, no, you didn't. Man, that's so cool. Oh, that is nasty, bro. This is a very, very well done ultimate. Like, look at the composition of this, right? Every line of action is pointing this way. You have a great focal point here, the low focal length here, the dynamic pose here with a huge hand, really clear view of his face. And then on top of that, the anticipation of the dragon coming towards you, really, really good as well. Oh, I can't not put him in S. It's just so satisfying to watch. Yang Yang! She's cute. Double swords? What? That was a solid anticipation. I love that ultimate. Oh, that was cool. Dude, the combat animations are so satisfying. I love this sheathing animation right there. That's cool. That's such a cool moment there. It's not even animation at the point, it's just effects, but it's such a great creative choice. Oh, it's so satisfying to see her jump up as well. Like, you'll notice that she does an uppercut and like it swings this way. This feels super satisfying because there's an upwards movement here. The momentum brings her up. Like, it's such a smooth movement to be able to jump up and swing backwards at the same time. Like, this wouldn't feel the same if she swung the other way. So this works really well as an anticipation for the next attack, which is just that, which is even more anticipation and then more payoff. And just a really solid ultimate. Again, I love the focus on the face. Good anticipation, good sword draw. Her sword is a little skinny, but that's fine. We forgive that. Good anticipation though. Yang Yang, you're a solid A. I'd put you like mid A there. Yeah, you're a mid A. This is a pull animation? Oh, that was cool. I love these close-up poses. Like, first of all, just really good finger animation. They're focusing so well on like this hand and like doing it justice. I do kind of wish that as she's doing this yin yang motion and like the yin yang is moving counterclockwise, I wish she was moving counterclockwise too with her movements. But if you notice, she's moving the other way. So her Tai Chi is moving this way, but the yin yang is moving this way. But overall, the movement's fantastic. Like, it looks beautiful. I do think this pose is gorgeous. I don't think it's built up to quite as well as I would like. I kind of want this fist pose to be a bit more emphasized, and I would do that probably by keeping the arm extended just a little bit longer, as in like a little bit more time. That way you can kind of see the arm snap a little bit more towards this pose. It would feel a little bit more impactful. As of right now, this pose kind of sneaks up on you just a little bit. Oh, she uses balls. Her combat is okay. Again, it's Tai Chi, so it's like, it's pretty much just her doing Tai Chi moves and then a bunch of magic around her. Wait, actually though. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that was cool. The reason why this animation is so good is because of that first step right there. Look what the rest of the body is doing. Every single motion is following that. That honestly sets the foundation for the entire ultimate. On top of that, this face is absolutely gorgeous. This is a great expression, a great focus on the face. The movement of the balls slow down to match her breathing, which is also just really, really cool. She's solid. I would put her in probably high A. Oh wait, I really like that. That was a 4-star? This may be one of my favorite pull animations so far, actually, bro. I've talked about this before, but spin animations can be a little bit tricky. She is spinning so cleanly that it almost feels like whoever animated this is a dancer. So this is something that you do in dance a lot. Basically what you do is you do spotting. So spotting is when you spin and do a pirouette or something, you keep your eye pinned to like one location and then you bring your head back to that same location before you even stop spinning. That allows you to keep your balance essentially. Look at all the secondary motion that's happening with all the little things. This guy here, this guy here, this guy here, really accentuating even the clothes here. And then her head is already facing us again, even though the body is still facing this way. And then she just like keeps her eyes closed, which is even more graceful. And then the line of action for the entire spin leads up into this. So all that momentum, all that buildup goes into this guy. And this has a lot of energy just from the movement of the rest of the animation, which is then perfectly respected by the sudden drop down. She actually drops down pretty fast with this, which offers a really nice contrast and a really nice payoff to like have this arc here as a payoff to that entire upwards motion build up. I like this a lot. I'm surprised it's a 4-star. We'll see how our combat animation holds up. Well, that's cool. Oh, I love the sword, the grip change. Oh, God, it's so satisfying, bro. Woo. Her combat animation is solid. I wouldn't say it's like amazing, but it's very, very good. This pose is really good. I'd say just the line of action in general here for all of these ultimates have been fantastic. They're really embracing that low focal length. I love that. I kind of wish the hand was a little closer here, but it's understandable to get the effects and stuff in here. So they're getting this build up of the vortex. Again, great focus on the face. It's very readable. I'm going to put her in A. Yeah. Yeah, see, that feels more like a 4-star. Like, it's not bad, but that feels like a 4-star. I think for a stretch like this, the elbow could be straight just because it's like a stretch. If your elbows are loose, then you're not really able to stretch anything. And then do me a favor, guys, watch her boobs. She's spinning. So we know we have a lot of great lines of action here. She's spinning in that direction. So you would think that the boobs would go this way, right? Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your perspective, they just go up and they go up and then they go back down again. I think it would feel just a little bit more believable and natural and immersive if the assets in the game flowed with the angular momentum of the character. Oh, she's like a Claymore user. Oh, that's cool. There's a lot of good weight here. I think her combat animations are okay. It's a little bit inconsistent. I would say the biggest thing that I've noticed, she's acting like the sword is really heavy, and I'm sure it is. But then she jumps 20 feet in the air, which is definitely an anime thing, and I totally understand why it happens. But I kind of wish that there was a little bit more buildup on the jump. Now, this is going to be hard to do for gameplay. It's just how it is, right? You want to make sure it feels good to play more than it feels good to watch. Oh, that ultimate is awesome. Oh, that was cool. That was really good. This is an amazing ultimate. The pose is fantastic. The arc of the back is fantastic. The face is fantastic. The line of action, fantastic. This is so gorgeous. I love this a lot. Tao-Chi, honestly, I'm gonna put you in B. Without that ultimate, probably she would be in C. But with the ultimate, she's safely in B, I think. Yeah, I mean, her spin is decent. You compare the spin with Danjin, you'll notice a couple things. It's not as gyroscopically sound. We talked about, I felt like the animator was a dancer. In this one, I feel like the animator is not a dancer. This is just a small thing. And this is me speaking from the perspective of someone who's both an animator and a dancer. You'll notice that she doesn't spot. Her head does not lead her body. It's actually just perfectly in line with her body. They're facing the exact same direction. This is something that sounds like it makes sense on paper when you don't dance, but when you actually dance, you realize, oh no, the head actually needs to spot. It needs to look in one direction. It needs to feel less stiff and less parent to the head. But here we are with basically a one-to-one translation with the head to the body. It also wobbles just a little bit on its axis, and that's what I mean by gyroscopically sound. Ideally, you have a couple of things balancing out where the pivot is happening and where like the rest of the upper body is happening so that it's sort of lined up as you spin. But because she was already bending forward at the beginning, it becomes a little bit difficult to get that to perfectly align. I do also think that when she comes up like this, ideally, you would have just a little bit of back bend. She shouldn't be like totally straight backed the whole time because I think that's a little stiff and probably lending to the stiffness. Something like this would feel a little bit smoother, and then you could like have her roll up a little bit along her spine basically and then have her spin. That feel a bit more smooth. She's got guns. That's cool. I really like her backward shooting. I think it's badass. That's really cool. This is a cool pose. Like just in general, what great line of action here. It feels really solid. Oh, dude, why are the ultimates so good? Oh, they're doing such a good job with like how dynamic these action poses look. Man, I love it. She's probably our first C only because her ultimate animation is gorgeous. But like, other than that, her combat animation overall is not that impressive. Mortify. Well, that was hot. This is pretty good for a 4-star. I kind of wish that the lid closed with a little bit more snappiness. Imagine if it just had just a little bit more delay here, where it was like here and then like snapped closed in the next frame. It would be that much more impactful, almost like a sword sheathing. It's actually just a difference of about 2 frames or so. So a very small nitpick, but it feels fantastic otherwise. Oh, he's got guns too. That's sick, dude. What? There's a demon? Mortify. God, the ultimates are so good, bro. I absolutely adore Woowa for having no shyness about focusing on their face. The face just looks great in every ultimate so far. Man, it's fantastic. This is something that I think is also really good. Just like a gorgeous hand pose straight in front of the camera. You'll notice that like right here, he actually brings his hand back a little bit. That's great anticipation right there. Pulls it out of frame. Love it. That's exactly what I kind of wanted for Encore. You know what I love about Mortify's like combos? Despite the fact that he's using guns, they're animated in a way that preserves momentum. He shoots and keeps his momentum going, his spinning momentum going. Even though his left hand is being knocked back from the recoil, it spins his body so that his right hand can get ready for this, which like swings his hand out, swings his gun out from the same momentum spin that he had before. And take a look at this. This is also really cool. He shoots with his right hand here. He shoots and then it recoils his body back. But what does he do? He lets the momentum of that recoil exist and live in his right hand with the spinning pistol. It feels really, really good. Yeah, he's pretty solid. I'm gonna put him in low A. Yeah. High B. No, bro, you're still, yeah.
Working out or maintaining health. Feel free to come by my gym.
Okay, I have one major problem with this. Can you guys guess what it is? It's where he's holding the hat. Assuming this is like a fedora. Let's just assume that's a fedora, right? Usually what you do is you actually hold it like here. You have a finger here, and then you have the rest of your fingers here. That's just kind of how you hold a hat. Oh, he kills people with a hat. Oh, the hat is a weapon. Whoa, wait, this... Bro! Wait, I love this guy! What the fuck? Wait, what? Oh, God! Oh, no! Dude, I did not think he was gonna be good at all, bro. I'm so sorry, sir. I absolutely love this kick. First of all, just what a great way to show off prowess. Just like hold a kick here on his toes, no less. And then he goes into this double kick, into this beautiful side kick. Like, that's just such a great pose. He actually moves forward and he almost does a splits, which is such a great way to show that like he's got a lot of forward momentum. He doesn't overstay his welcome in the air. He puts his foot down at exactly the right time. And his ultimate is just, it's good. It's very solid. Yeah, I kind of wish I could see his face a bit more here, but I would say it's decent. God, you know, I fully expected to put him in a D. Just watching the intro, I was like, I think he's a D. Nothing really happens. He has like the wrong placement on his hand. I'll put him in a high B. You got to balance it out a little bit. Very cool. So she stands there and then she looks at you. Nothing to write home about. She fights with a Pokemon? A breakdancing Pokemon? I do like that ultimate a lot. That ultimate animation is really creative. I think it's cool that they actually like get a focus on her mark, on her thigh, in a nice, like dynamic and creative way. That transitions really well, and it's a great composition too. Like this is a great composition. Oh, this is tough because like the rest of her kit's like pretty boring. I'd say probably a C, a high C.
What does our loyal client wish to inquire about today?
How's that a 4-star? That's a great animation. That's really cool. Small little thing here. This thing right here. Notice how the spinning animation goes really smoothly from this direction to then like directly head on with camera. And then at some point it occupies a silhouette that's pretty clean. That's like directly on with camera like this basically, right? And then at the very last second, on the very last spin, it goes out for only one spin. So it's actually like for one spin, it's like really, really far out from like the previous frame, which kind of like throws it visually off balance. Like it transitions well, it's fine, but I kind of wish it like didn't go so far out or it followed the trajectory of like this spin just a bit more so that it was a bit more consistent. So like it had like more of like this silhouette here. And then from there, transition into the pose here from here instead. What does he do? Shoots things. I do like the personality in his combos. There's some like animation things with his ultimate that I think could be a little better. I think it's fine as it is, but the sunglasses, they kind of push his head back as if they're being pushed back by the hand, which feels like a kind of like an animator thing and not really like a physical thing, but like it works. It's fine. He's a C. I don't think he can be a D because his full animation is actually pretty good. There's nothing crazy. That's cute. Very small thing. Her chest and her face are facing the same way. I think what she does here actually fits her really well because she's a child. She's just spinning to be fun and not actually to be a dancer. And I think that's actually more in character. Oh, oh, that's cute. Let's talk about her combat animation real quick. She goes off center by shifting her weight onto one of her feet. And it's such a cool character moment. Immediately in the first one, puts all her weight on one foot and sort of leans back. Feels super casual, feels super cute, feels really playful. Every single one of these just ends with, I'm just on one foot. And this one, I'll do you one better. She's on no feet at all. Really cool. Dude, that ultimate is so good. How gorgeous is this, right? Like this could be a thumbnail, right? So great arcs here, leads perfectly into this flower blooming. And then it goes into this, which is a perfectly symmetrical payoff frame, which is the first time I've seen this in Wuwa. It's so satisfying, bro. Honestly, dude, she's an S. Definitely one of the most satisfying ultimates so far that I've seen today. I'm gonna watch the female first because I can't watch both of these guys at the same time, but they do seem like they're pretty equivalent. I do like the throwing of the sword / sheath. I like the female one better than the male one though for the sheathing animation. Whoa, did she kick it? Wait, she kicked it and he didn't? Is that right? Okay, so the male just does like a spin. The female, I think, does a butterfly or a butterfly twist. No, she does a kick. What? That's so cool. Hang on. Boom. Land. Whoa, that's cooler, man. That's cooler. I like that a lot. He does look really badass. She just looks, man, more dynamic. Oh, they have very similar ultimates. Okay, fair enough. I wouldn't actually put them in D. There's nothing wrong with any of the animations. All of them look really, really good. Rover is probably going to be somewhere, like I would say B, because they're just really, really solid. I'd probably put them in like mid B for now. The ultimates are kind of lackluster and they don't have a pull animation, so it's kind of hard to judge. But I'd say from their combat stuff alone, it's a solid B. Sephiroth? 2 wings? A side? God, I love that, dude. That's, oh man. Oh, why does that feel so good? The arc coming in here is gorgeous. If this was just a hand, it wouldn't feel as good as it does now. And I think honestly, it's because of how much negative space this creates all of a sudden. So it creates a really strong contrast visually between like this upper half and this lower half of the frame. Do we have a female version of Rover Havoc? God, the scythe is so good, dude. The scythe feels so satisfying. Yes. God, I love that. Also, who the hell is this? That's crazy. What the hell? Yeah, Rover Havoc was sick. I would put them probably... Ooh, this is tough, actually. I think probably high A. What the... Oh my god. Oh, yeah. That was a movie. There's nothing crazy about the animation. It's just a couple poses because she's so graceful, but like it's really well executed. This frame is just gorgeous. Oh! I'm gonna try to talk about why this is so good without losing my shit, okay? A dragon comes out of nowhere, fills the frame, and then follows an arc, like a beautiful arc, which flows directly into the next attack. Like the anticipation, the buildup to this payoff. Like the dragon's not even the payoff, bro. Like how crazy is that? The weight on this, by the way, look at this sword coming in and just like slowing down as if it's like going through water. It slows down starting from here, which is such an early spot to slow down, and just really lets that momentum carry it through. What the fuck? Wait, that wasn't her ultimate. What is going on? No, I don't know. I don't know what just happened. This feels like a perfect representation of how an artist would draw it in 2D. So like they're doing a really good job of making these things like feel like illustrations. I'm blown away, honestly. Now we have to figure out somehow which character has the best animation. It's Jinshi. Jinshi has the best animation, guys. I don't know what else to say. Jinshi did it. She's the best. Everything is just so graceful about her and so creative at the same time. The ultimates just look painted, dude. I don't know how they do it. It's kind of insane how convinced I am that a lot of these animations are in 2D through like puppet animation when they're actually just 3D models. They've innovated a lot here and really gotten this to the point where the technology is able to achieve this. I want to give them huge props for being able to achieve the aesthetic that they have in the game. It's absolutely gorgeous. If you guys haven't played Wuthering Waves yet, I can probably recommend it at this point. I think they deserve the love and attention. It's gorgeous, dude. I need to play some more of this game, honestly.